correctly. Welcome back to Teal House Farm. We'll give a minute for people to find us here. I'm going to try to link this to Facebook too so people can find it. Yeah.
Do we need to sign in?
I just want to copy the link.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Okay. I think we did this correctly. And then go over here.
Hello.
The pizza is ready, and there's plates over there and stuff, okay?
Hello from Louisiana.
Hello, welcome. We're trying to figure out how to get this link up so other people can find it. So give us just a second here. Of course, it's logged in as me. So we tried to schedule it so we do this in advance, and it went live anyway. I don't know. We haven't live streamed in like what, 2 years?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and so we do. I guess you're right. You do need to sign in. It's been a while, so the app was completely different. So hopefully this all goes okay because it's been a while. We'll get logged in here so we can respond to comments, and we should be good to go.
I just logged in as swing band.
I don't. Yeah. There we go. I think we got it all figured out. Okay. Is it gonna work?
I don't know. It won't let me change that it's other.
Yeah, drop down. Okay. Welcome back. Hello, Bonnie. Thanks for joining us. We're trying to get logged in. I don't know what it is. It's your. We're trying to get logged in so that we can respond to comments, but that may not happen because I don't know that we know what it is. I guess we can just skip that. We can read them just as guests. They'll be fine. All right. You have to push cancel. Yeah. So anyway, we thought it would be fun to do a Q&A session. It's been a long time since we've done a live stream, and a lot of things have changed. It's kind of hard for us to schedule regular live streams because Sam's work schedule is just, it's different all the time. It would be really difficult to be like, oh, let's live stream Monday nights because it's different all the time. And when he does work, he works a really long shift, sometimes even 16 hours. So it just becomes kind of impossible. But we thought it'd be fun to hop on and do just one. To answer some questions because we've been getting like tons of comments. It's hard to reply to every comment, so I think we finally got to sign in when we can see the chat if it'll actually load. So, no? Yeah, I feel like I'm old here. I don't understand why it doesn't show.
It's because we're doing it in this
So
instead of this. Let's try this.
I'm gonna try it over here. Because right now we can't see the comments; they're not showing.
You can click up there, and it would show you somewhere.
Is it this one? Maybe we can see them. Top chat.
No.
No.
Just
Okay.
leave it.
Cancel. All right. Finding a home with 10 minutes of a pediatric ER is such good luck. It is good luck. It was also very much long-range planning. I know from the end of. From your guys' end, it probably all seemed really quick. We just didn't really talk about it on the channel because we didn't want to get, not even from you guys, but from people we know in real life, be constantly asked, have you found a place yet? Have you moved yet? It was already stressful enough trying to figure out how to move, so we just kept it really under wraps. Yay, we can see. Let's see. Pam's here. Janice is here. Becky is here. J&B. Lois. Yeah, the kids are having pizza. I made pizza early because I didn't want them coming in every 3 minutes of the live stream asking if it was dinner time yet. So their food is all out in the kitchen for them. Nana Carpenter, Ann is here from Northwest Missouri. Bonnie, yes, Pam, we can see everybody now. Sorry that took so long. They've changed a lot since the last time we've done this.
Does the move make a shorter commute for Sam? Suzanne asks. Yeah, a little bit. I'd say somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. About 5 minutes faster.
So
5 or 7 minutes.
It's an easier drive though.
It is a much easier drive. It's almost all like major highway now, like 2-lane highway instead of just country back road highway kind of thing. So.
And Jamie B says, can't imagine the amount of search it took to find the perfect location. It took us a while to figure out, like, I would say, 3-4 years ago, we realized probably needed to move.
Right.
And we kept looking, and then we saw prices, right? Because housing prices are incredible. And we're like, I just don't know how we're ever going to make that happen. So then it would go back to maybe if we just build a new house that's more accessible, that'll kind of be the best that we can do. But then when we looked pretty seriously at building maybe like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And once we like ran all the numbers, we're not even talking about building a big house. We were looking at like putting a manufactured home even. It was just so expensive on that end too. We were like, well, and it doesn't even solve the problem that we're really far from like an ER and the things the kids like to do. So we just need to move. So
Yeah, it wasn't gonna solve. It would have solved having a home set up for us, but it wouldn't have solved any other problems.
So then we were like, well, we really need to move. And so we found the area that we wanted to move to, and then we just watched the market for a while. We looked at, I don't know, once we were ready to really move, we looked at maybe like 5 houses, you think?
Yeah.
That we actually went and saw. There were several that we liked, but they went on market and then like immediately off market. You couldn't even get to see them. They were selling so fast. So we went and saw about 5 houses. But when we saw this one, we knew it was coming on the market because kind of knew the people who were selling them, didn't know them super well, but acquaintances of ours that I had met a few times. I knew she was a large family mom, and when I heard that they were moving, I like messaged her and I was like, hey, we're looking for a house in that area that's big enough for our family. I was like, please let me know when it's going to be listed so we can schedule the first showing. So we literally saw it like the minute it went on the market and then put an offer in on it that night. So
it went a lot faster for us than we thought, because we thought it was going to take a long time to sell the farmhouse because the farmhouse wasn't in the best shape, and
the location is kind of not a lot of
pretty
people
rural.
want to live out there.
It's pretty rural. And so we thought, man, we're gonna have to find the perfect buyer to find this thing. Like, we thought it might take us a couple years to have it listed and sell. We thought if we listed it for a while and it didn't sell, maybe just trying to list it at auction, see if we could get rid of it that way. But then our neighbor asked if we were trying to sell, and they're the ones that
He saw us have a big dumpster outside, and he was like, hey, you guys selling that property?
So it worked out really well. They were thrilled to be able to buy it.
So
super happy.
We don't know if the Teal House will be there very long. They already have a home. That's not why they bought it. They bought it for the property. And so the Teal House may not exist in the future, but the property went to somebody who's gonna be able to take good care of it, and it's gonna grow their little farm or whatever they want to do out there. So
let's see. Lois said, I made a comment saying you should keep the teal name, paint your front door teal.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of options. Don't want to confuse people by completely changing the name. We've been around so long, so I haven't changed anything. I haven't decided, basically. It probably will still be Teal House. Maybe we'll drop farm. Maybe we'll replace farm with something. Maybe I'll just leave it. So. Okay, it's over in the kitchen for you. Have Ivy help you. Have Ivy help you, okay?
Ivy's downstairs watching the show. She wants to.
Let's see. Becky asks if we're still going to homeschool, and we are. Laura's got a lot of the homeschool stuff already organized here in the new house. Annie does still get some help at the public school. She has an IEP. They got her in really fast, actually. and she really likes it. And it's only, I mean, it's maybe a mile away. It's right around the corner. It takes us 2 minutes to get there. We have to go through one stop sign, and we're right there. So she's when we were at our farmhouse, because it was so rural. Like for instance, she did have one day when she was at the public school getting therapy. We thought she was having a seizure. Well, that's a 20-minute drive to get there. And so the fact that now she's only 2 or 3 minutes away, it's pretty cool. Let's see.
Hello from Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And glad you knew to jump on it and it worked out. It did. It did. And we feel very fortunate because most of the houses we looked at, we had just a couple things we wanted. Like we wanted at least 4 bedrooms. We wanted space for the kids to play outside. Didn't need to be a lot of space, but some space. And we wanted to be 5 minutes to the emergency room. And finding those 3 things was proving pretty much impossible.
It was tough because the town we're looking in is it's just a lot of hills. And so to have any place where the kids could kind of play and have a somewhat flat backyard, this was probably the first house we looked at.
Had a flat yard. And it's not even flat, but it's
a yard that was usable, I
Yeah.
would say. Let's see. Jepco is here. Thanks for joining us. And Jane B says, it's wonderful that Annie has adjusted to a new school.
Yeah, she is. And they have been wonderful. I had a little bit of worries of, we knew long-term she needed to be able to be in a larger school district for the support she'll need as an older student. We really felt like our rural school district, as wonderful as the teachers were, they would not be able to meet her needs the way that we wanted them to be able to as an older kid. It seemed like the older high schoolers spent most of their time in the special ed class, because I subbed there, spent a lot of their time on the computer. Like that's how they met needs. And we didn't want that. We wanted like functional life skills, job training skills, things like that. And so moving to a larger city was kind of how you were going to get those types of services. But I was worried that being in a larger area, she'd just be like a number on the list. You know what I mean? There'd be so many kids, you just get lost in the shuffle. But they have really been wonderful. Lots of one-on-one supports and very good communicators. It's been a really good experience. So
yeah, the actual building that she goes to is a building specifically for like private school kids
And
or
homeschool
homeschool kids that need these services, and so it's actually kind of a smaller building.
Yeah.
There's just a handful of teachers there. She's really enjoying it. She comes home with a smile on her face.
yeah,
every
she does.
day,
She
so.
looks forward to it. So what do you think? Oh, that's life and job skills. Yeah, we realized that life will probably look different for her as an adult than maybe our other kids, and we just want to make sure she's as prepared as possible to live as independently as she can. And we can teach her a lot of things, but if the school can help with things like job skills training, or even like some of them do like they go to work as like juniors and seniors for a couple hours, just at like a Walmart or something, and actually get those connections and those skills, that would be really beneficial. So Arkansas Prepper is here. Welcome. When is the house tour coming? On Wednesday, Becky. I actually just finished filming it, so we're going to show you around a little bit. I know you've all been waiting, but I didn't want to give you a tour full of boxes and rooms with no furniture in them, so I needed a little bit of time. But if you tune in on our Wednesday vlog, we're going to show you around a bit.
We've still got, as far as the moving part and getting things put away, we're just about there. I do have, so this house has like a garage basement where I can store a lot of my tools and just all the like yard mowing kinds of things. And I do have to clean that up and get it organized.
Yeah.
But the rest of the house is pretty well, everything's put together. But before we moved, we got rid of a lot of stuff. We got rid of a lot of furniture, just things that were old and broken. So in some ways, it kind of feels like we're starting over. And so we do have some more furniture and just like smaller things to get to kind of fill this house out.
Right. I decided that we were going to let each of the kids get a new bed and a new mattress. And they were really excited about that, but the logistics of putting together what ended up being like 8 beds, that was a lot.
It was a lot.
My friend Marcy came over and helped me though, so thank you to Marcy. But that was like 7 million pieces of beds. But they were all super excited. So now they have their rooms with the furniture they picked out, and I think that's pretty cool. So
Did we say hi to Arkansas Prepper?
yes, we did. And my sister's here. She says, "What activities, lifestyle things will you carry over from the farm? Chickens, canning, gardening, etc."
The people that we bought the house from, they had chickens previously. They moved obviously they moved all of their chickens and their coop off. And so we've got to get a new coop put up here. So we don't have chickens yet, but we can have them. I think the city's, their policy or their rule or whatever is that it has to be 100 feet away from
Your neighbor.
Your neighbor. And we have plenty of space to do that. So that's one thing that's going to carry over for sure in the spring. I think we're going to start over with
JJ
chickens.
is really excited. She's our chicken child. She loves chickens. She's all about them. So
Yep. So we'll have to put a new coop together for that. Figure out what we want to do for raising chickens in the city.
yeah, and they did leave 3 raised beds. So I had 3 raised beds at the old house. So that's the same. And I think we might want to add 2 more. I don't know if I'm going to do any no-till gardening here because it's not financially sustainable. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you have tons of money, but when you're not producing enough material to put down on it, then you have to buy it all. So this year we wouldn't have any material because there's been no chickens all year. Maybe next year, but I think probably just add a couple raised beds this year and then think about whether or not we want another in-ground type garden with the no-till, but I haven't quite planned it all out. The spot where I would like to put a garden is where the kids have spent all their time playing. It's like the top of a hill, and then they take their bikes and they ride them down as fast as they can. And so I don't want to take that away from them with a garden bed. That would make them very upset. So I have to kind of figure out where I want to put new beds, but still do gardening. Still, I mean, I just put up a canning video. Still canning. We've already canned twice since we've been here. So that's still something I'm passionate about. So a lot of things stay the same, just no sheep, which I don't think either of us is really that sad about. So.
Yeah. The big thing that we can't do here that we were doing before is any kind of large livestock.
What about the little secret garden you made at the old house? You're gonna make another one? Maybe
I didn't
not.
feel like it was utilized.
It didn't really
that
get
much.
utilized. It was a cool idea, but they didn't really go in there. It was a cool idea. None of them really loved it. It looked cool though for a while. But then my ground cover didn't it didn't last. I was actually really disappointed. I bought like the real stuff. Like didn't go to the dollar store, like went to like a Lowe's and brought whatever they call that garden fabric stuff and put it down, and didn't even last like 2 months before like the weather had torn it all up and the weeds came through. So that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, too many bees. That can be an issue too.
Yeah,
I'm telling
actually.
you, JJ, no joke, like she loves to run around outside barefoot. I bet that kid in this summer stepped on it that I know of at least like 7 or 8 bees
At the farm, yeah.
at the farm. I know, and she stepped on
She
one
stepped- yeah.
when we got here too.
Somebody got stung. But Ivy told me the
She's-
other day, she's like, Mom, I love this house. I haven't seen a wasp since we got here.
Yeah.
They're outside, but they aren't inside. We had so many problems. That wood house, they just were so used to living in there. It didn't matter how much you sprayed, they would just come right back.
Yeah.
Try to build new nests in the siding
Yeah,
and stuff.
the exterior of that house needed the old siding ripped off and just kind of redo the exterior, seal up all the holes so that the insects and stuff couldn't get in. Needed new insulation, all the things.
Laura, I'll never forget how you took a shovel, cleaned out the shed for the sheep. That was some hard work. It was. That was way overdue. But you were in school, right? That was
Yep.
during nursing school. And so it had sat a year. It sat 2 years instead of 1 year. It was like concrete. But it had to be done if we were going to have more sheep. And at that point, because you were in school, like we really needed the sheep for the meat. So like had to be done. So it took, I don't know, it took me like 6 weeks. But I couldn't work 8-hour days out there because you had all the kids while you were in school. So I would work like an hour a day, like 20-minute sessions.
It's like that Johnny Cash song, you did it one piece at a time.
One piece at a time. Never again.
Little by little.
Never again. I have actually been surprised how quiet it is here. I was prepared for it to be really, really loud or noisy outside all the time, just like people talking or kids playing, but it's really not, even though we're in the middle of kind of a neighborhood. I mean, we're at the end of the street, but
Yeah, we are on the end, and there's an apartment complex kind of down and across the street from us that I thought was going to be really busy too. But the backyard, and I don't know if you show this much on your tour, the backyard is kind of surrounded by woods, so I feel like that helps cut down on noise. It still feels pretty private.
and there's still like birds, and we hear the bugs chirping at night and stuff, so it still sounds like home a lot.
Yeah.
Or the old farm. So do you have a wood stove in your new house?
We don't have a wood stove, but we do have a wood fireplace. The only drawback is, so there's like a living room upstairs, and that's where the wood fireplace is. But downstairs in the basement, where I would think you would want a wood fireplace, it's actually a gas fireplace.
Right.
And so, man, I think if I were to pick, I would have the wood fireplace downstairs, because it's easy to take your wood and everything through the basement.
Yeah.
Having it upstairs, and the funny part is where the wood fireplace is upstairs, that living room has like a white carpet.
Yeah.
That's just gonna get
Not very
dirty
bright.
so fast.
But it's nice to know that's something that was on our gosh, if we could have anything we wanted wish list, just to, because we know how nice it was being able to have wood heat. If the power goes out, you're not cold, and just having that, like, you got that backup option still available.
I don't know that a wood fireplace is gonna kick out that much heat for us, but I mean, I guess it's something.
Yeah.
The fact that there's
There's 3 fireplaces.
I mean, you could put I suppose we could put a wood stove in downstairs if we wanted to. There's definitely room enough for it if we wanted to at some point in time. Yeah, I don't think it would be.
You're not in a hurry to chop any more wood in your life, are you?
No, I'm good. I'm good for this winter anyway. Not having to chop a lot of wood and keep on top of that. That'll be nice as well.
Yeah, it's just one less thing to have to worry about every year. Always like, do we have enough wood? Are we gonna be cold this winter? Is it not even do we have enough, but do we have enough from last year? So it's like well seasoned, not like new wood. So just
Right.
so. With an extended power outage, you can cook, etc.
Yep, that's very true. Yeah, having a wood stove would be nice for that too. Yeah, I know in the farmhouse, there would be times when we knew that there was bad weather rolling through, and I'd have a family call and be like, "Hey, are you guys gonna be okay if the power gets knocked out?" And blah blah blah. I'm like, "We have a wood stove. Like, we're gold. I mean, you can pretty much do whatever you want. The only downside would be that the well obviously runs on electricity, but we'd try and, if we knew something was coming, we'd try and get a little extra water. And we did have, what are those pumps called?
We had a simple pump for a while.
Yeah, the simple pump. It's pretty cool. It just used a little sucker straw that you could put, down your regular well casing so that you could get water by hand if you wanted to. We never installed it, but they're pretty cool.
Grammy and Grandpa Dan are here from North
Hello.
Carolina, and Suzanne wants to know, did you move your firewood to your new house? No. We sold it. I found a buyer. It was all split in season. Somebody paid me some good money for it.
We could have brought some with it. The previous owners did leave a couple little piles of firewood, and there's actually, they're smaller, but there are a couple of dead trees on the back of this property that need to come down. So there is some firewood here that can be had, and there is some that's already chopped, but we did not take that much.
That would have been a lot of wood for a fireplace that you're not going to use.
But a few
lot.
times,
yeah. So yeah, sold that. We sold a lot of things. We didn't want to have to move a lot of stuff. We kind of wanted to be able to start over in a lot of ways. So
we didn't want to have to move as much, and so we really did throw away, sell, or give away a lot of stuff just to try and clear out that house. I mean, when you're moving 9 people, like that's a lot. So So I feel like we did pretty good.
We did.
We almost got it all in one big move. You did move some stuff with some friends before.
Yep. Sam, yeah, we actually moved probably over like a week.
I guess that's
Just
true.
taking little trips that way I didn't have to buy a million boxes. I just would like bring loads of boxes, unpack them, and then go back and repack them. So.
And then after the big move, we did make one like cleanup.
Yeah, we
trip.
did go clean it up best we could. Man, there's no cleaning an old house. Like, as soon as you sweep and vacuum, like the dust just comes right back in. It amazes me how much easier it is to keep this house clean. Like, I would clean, and then literally you would walk across the floor and you could feel like the dirt under your feet because the floors weren't like the floorboards didn't match up perfectly and stuff, so it would all hide in there.
Yes,
and then the cleaning
very
process
true.
would stir it back up, and so it was still there when the floor. It was just could not get that house clean ever.
If we had redone a lot of stuff, like
Yeah.
put in new flooring and such, it probably would have been different. But yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the new house?
Well, I think one thing is that I really like I was just reminded of this because we kind of had a little storm rolling through. But I'm really thankful to have a basement and to have like a house that's pretty safe for the family. Micah's room is actually like a safe room, like it's all concrete basically, and so that's really nice to have. A safe house. That's one thing that I'm super thankful for. Micah was asking us about a week ago. There was like a possibility of some pretty severe storms rolling through, and she was like, "Do we have to worry about this?" I was like, "Girl, we got it's a brick house with a basement that has a safe room. Like we're in a really good spot." So.
How does Lexi, that's our dog, how does she like the new house? It took her a little while to get used to it. The first couple of nights she paced, but I think she likes it now. And she still has plenty of yard to like run around in, and I took her for a walk the other day with the kids while you were at work and things like that.
Yeah, I'd say those first like 2, 3, 4 days were kind of rough for her. Yeah, she did a lot of pacing, but I think she settled in for the most part. Let's see. Are you going to replace the white carpet in the future? Yes.
Sam has already been to the Home Depot, wherever it was. He brought me back carpet samples. So.
Laura's holding me back. We have the kind of this front living room has white carpet, and then a couple of the bedrooms, the kids' bedrooms, have white carpet. And like you just know it's not gonna last, and so I would like to replace that at some point in time. We'd like to keep the carpet. I think there's quite a bit of hardwood in the house, and so that's nice. But it's nice to have some soft carpet areas too, and I think that'd be nice to do. I want to replace it right now. Laura's told me to
slow down.
Slow down a little bit.
Spending money like water.
Yep.
I say I will not miss the kitchen floor in the old house in the middle of winter when you get up in the morning. I mean, it would hurt your toes. It'd be so cold.
Yeah,
Wait for
tile.
that stove to start. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
never.
tile.
Oh, you'd have like 2 pairs of socks on, and you could still feel the cold of the floor. You're trying to cook everybody breakfast while Sam's over there like with a flint trying to start the wood stove.
No.
Never again.
Yeah, it in the winter in that farmhouse, like I just about wear shoes inside the whole time because
the floor was so cold. Even when the house warmed up, the floor would still be cold. Just the air coming up from the basement. So.
Yep. Let's see. A basement in the Midwest is a good thing. Yeah,
yes.
It's so nice, and this one's in really good shape. It's got a lot of usable space for the kids. They love it down there. The previous owners left a pool table that you can flip over.
Becomes a ping pong table.
Well, no, I guess you can't flip it over. It has a ping pong table top that you can put on top of it. So we got to teach the kids how to play ping pong and pool. So that'll be fun. I was trying to show them. It was like our second day here or something. Trying to show them how you play pool a little bit, but we'll have to do that a little more with them.
Your city landfill may have a leaf mulch area in the fall and probably be free. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
That is a
Or
good
getting
point.
on the power company list. You can get on the power company list for mulch. We did that out at the farm. They never called us, but they were never out there doing
Well,
work.
I think they probably have a list of 50 people,
Yeah.
and they just drop it to whoever's closest. So if you're not closest that day, like you're just not gonna get it.
Did you bring your washer? My washing machine? Yeah, it's the same one. I don't have the small one anymore though. We had upgraded to a traditional machine. I don't know, a year or so ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Tessa B says, happy for you all. Thank you very much. It's kind of amazing how almost perfect the new place is for your needs. It is. We're very thankful.
Well, and it's kind of funny too, because the family we bought it from had a big family, and they were needing to downsize a little bit because some of the kids have moved out and such. And they actually did the opposite of us. We basically switched lifestyles because they went and bought a farmhouse.
He's a big
in the country.
hunter, though. You've never really been a big hunter.
No.
He wanted a bunch of hunting property, and
Mhm.
their kids several kids are graduated adults, and so it's time for the next phase for them. And we were like, we want to come into town. They wanted to go out.
Yeah, this is like almost couldn't have drawn it up better, really, for what we needed.
How does it feel having? Oh my goodness! You know how nice it is having a dishwasher. I had convinced myself for a long time I didn't want a dishwasher because you have to wash the dishes before you wash the dishes. Is what people always say, but it's not really true. You have to scrape the dishes, put them in the dishwasher. But the amount of tears that were shed in our house
When it came time
to do dishes for whoever's turn it was,
Yeah,
we don't have
Micah-
to deal with that anymore.
No, nobody complains. Micah told me the other day.
They just have to load it when it's their
She
turn.
was like, I don't even care if my chore is to do the dishes. She's like, I actually like doing the dishes now because it takes like 5 minutes to load the dishwasher and push the start button.
We do end up running the dishwasher about twice a day. You have to run it
There's still some
sometimes
things, obviously, you
after
have
breakfast,
to do
but usually it's after lunch, and then after dinner because you use all the pots and pans for dinner. It gets run again overnight.
It's
So
amazing though.
just not have to worry about and there aren't dishes. There were always dishes on the counter, and then when you're living like out on a farm, they already have flies, right? And then it makes the fly problem a million times worse if you don't wash dishes like as soon as they hit the counter. It was just constant dishes. So
J&B says it seems like it was just waiting for you all. Yeah,
Yep.
the fact that we were in contact with the previous owners before it was even listed. We knew before it was even listed that it was going to be pretty much in our price range,
yeah,
what we could
and then
afford.
it had enough bedrooms.
Yeah, and since we knew the day it was going to be listed, it was listed, and we were here at like 9 o'clock the day it got listed, or something like that. And so we saw it immediately, and we're walking through all the rooms. Since they have a bunch of kids, they already had like a couple of beds in each room. We're like, oh look, like it fits perfect.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard when you're walking through a house. You're like, I don't know, could you fit 2 beds and a dresser in here? Maybe it'd be too cramped. But since they already had it laid out that way, it was kind of nice to be able to envision that and see it. So we knew it was going to work really well for us.
Yeah, it was.
And the kids were so excited because as they're going through, I mean, they did this in every house, but oh, this can be my bedroom, and that one can be your bedroom.
And I was actually surprised there wasn't a lot of arguing about who shares rooms and things like that. I figured I was kind of like bracing for impact because I knew we were gonna have more rooms, so then you were gonna have one kid with their own room, and then we're gonna double everybody up, and so you were kind of splitting up the way things had been. I figured there would have been fighting. I was ready for it because Ivy's kind of the fun big sister, so everybody would want a room with Ivy.
She's pretty chill.
She's really chill. We have another child who shall remain nameless, but is a little bit high maintenance, and we were like, nobody's gonna want a room with her because she's gonna be kind of pushy and bossy. But it actually worked out. Everybody buddied up, and then we were like, well, I guess if you all have decided who you want to be with, then we'll just do that, and it worked out well.
Yeah, it's been great. We've not had any complaints so far, really, of roommates or
Yep.
oh, I wish I could have had that room or anything like that.
Everyone's been really happy. So the big girls are kind of all in up. Their rooms are real close. They kind of have like a pod, which actually works out well because they stay up the latest, the 3 oldest, and so when it's time for them to go to bed, they don't wake anybody up because we've always staggered bedtimes. But in the old house, they would how the bedrooms are set up. Like you woke up everybody when you went to bed, even if you were trying to be really quiet, and that always kind of. At 9:30 at night, I just don't want to deal with that. I know that sounds bad, but here we don't have that problem because the big girls are kind of separated from the other bedrooms, and so they don't wake anybody up when they go to bed. That's nice.
Yeah. Are there any drawbacks to the home so far, or where we live now, that you can think of?
We sold our first farmhouse as a confidential sale. Didn't even have to list it. Worked out well. Yeah, that's kind of how our farmhouse went. He wanted to buy it, and we were like, this is what we want to ask for it, and he's like, all right, and then we sold it.
Yeah.
So it worked out well.
Yeah, the fact that we didn't have to list the farmhouse, we didn't have to really show it except to him.
Yeah.
Didn't have to list it and all that. That was amazing. That took out a big headache.
Drawbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, one of so this is a 60s house, right? 1960s house?
Yeah, like late 60s.
A lot of the outlets are still the 2-prong outlet, and almost everything these days is a 3-prong plug. That's just kind of a nuisance. So that's something I want to fix because like I was trying to vacuum the other day and I like couldn't plug the vacuum in like anywhere in the house because it didn't have the adapter.
Yeah, the house is in really good shape, but it does need a decent amount of updating.
Yeah.
I would say with like light fixtures and obviously
And
outlets.
the big girls' bathroom is really it's fine, but it's like really awkward. I guess that's the
It's kind of
like the setup's weird and the shower is really old and it's just like you walk into it, you're like, ooh, this is a weird bathroom. But I mean, it's fine. It doesn't have to be done, but I think that's something we'd like them to have. They have nice bedrooms, you know, that are very like individualized and how they like them. So we'd like to give them a bathroom that's updated and nice too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that bathrooms cost so much to renovate, and I know you can do some things cheaper. But that's one of the things I would really like to do is renovate the big girls' bathroom and make it really nice for them, so they have a nice bathroom, but might be a little ways down the road.
Yeah,
we
this
can
would be
afford.
expensive.
Yeah.
We want to do it right. We're tired of doing things half-seas. I feel like that's what most of the last 10 years have been, just making do with not having all the money you wanted to throw at it. So we want to try to do it right.
Save up a little bit and do a good job with it. Terry says, I made it, but rural Wi-Fi is leaving me with a lot of buffering.
Yeah.
Press the thumbs up.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thumbs up if you think better.
Terry.
Thanks, Terry. And if you can always, if I did this correctly, it should save to be rewatched later if anybody wants to come back and watch it later. It should be up. So what about, did you already say what your drawbacks were? Is there anything else you wanted? I was actually impressed. So if you watched, we bought a new table before we had picked a house out, I'm pretty sure. You found the new kitchen table. And it's a real long one with 2 benches, so we all fit at, or a bench and chairs, but we all fit at it. And then we were a little worried because we hadn't measured when we bought this house, and they had other furniture in the dining room. Sam was like, I don't know that table's gonna fit, but it does. Fits real nice. So that ended up working.
It might be just a little too big, but we make it.
Yeah. So
I don't know if there's any negatives to the house. I mean, like other than the obvious ones, like we don't have all the property or the privacy. Like those would be the two big ones. I don't know. Not really.
So.
Not
I'm
really
pretty
for the
happy.
house. I'm pretty happy.
I think in some ways we got more than we thought we were gonna be able to get. Like, because we got the 5th bedroom, we didn't really think that was gonna happen.
That's true. Yeah, we thought most of the homes we looked at. Because if you have a home that has more than 4 bedrooms, like a 5-bedroom home is usually going to be something that's like 4,000 plus square feet. And like
we don't have that budget.
We don't have that kind of, we don't have 4,000 square feet kind of money unless it was just absolutely falling apart.
Right.
And so almost every home we looked at, it was like, well, it's got 3 good sized bedrooms or 4. How can we make 5 out of this, or where could we add on? Like we had a lot of those conversations, and so being able to find a home that had the 5 ready to go, that was amazing. That was nice. Let's see. J&B says, and you weren't moving in a snowstorm. Don't ask why that came.
No, I would never. Oh no.
Oh, that's terrible.
And sometimes, right, you don't have a choice because you got to be out. So, that's it.
Those dates, when it comes to moving, a lot of times those dates are very inflexible. Like, this is the only day I have off, and this is the day that they said we could move, so got to get it done. Actually, for it being like summer, the day we moved was not that hot.
No, it was kind of like overcast. And
yeah, the weather was pretty nice, honestly, for it being the time of year it is.
Terry says privacy time to consider things like cypress that grow tall. And there are quite a bit, like, kind of around the back. You can't really see. I'm curious in the winter how well we're going to
be a good point.
Able to see neighbors when all the leaves die.
Yeah.
But
in the summer, I know we're just kind of getting into fall. Like, I'd say 3/4 of the backyard is pretty private. And the other side over here, it still has a lot of like bushes and a couple of trees, so it's, I mean, really for living in the city, there was maybe one other house we looked at that had a backyard that had this much privacy, but none of the others did. A lot of them, it either had just a chain link fence like smacked up to the next neighbor, or no fence at all. So yeah, I feel like we're pretty fortunate to have as much privacy as we do. It really, that part's been super nice. I really enjoy that. I like that.
So Justin is here. Welcome.
Thanks
Hello.
for joining.
Yeah, thanks
Good
for
to
dropping by. What's the next? Is our next project? So I'm finishing, I'm working on our canning pantry, but you have to be patient with me because I want to do a video that's start to finish. Like, I want you to start beginning and then see the complete finished product. So it's in progress, but probably be a little bit before we actually finish. But after that, what do you thinking you want to do?
I don't know. I've been trying to replace things, kind of like Laura was talking like about outlets, things that aren't like big budget items, but definitely make a difference. So in the last few weeks, I've been able to do a bunch of just little things, like doorknobs that don't work very well, either fiddling with them till they do work, or replacing them, or, I don't know, windows that don't work right, toilets that could flush better, just like a bunch of little things that don't cost a lot of money, trying to work on them. I don't know about big budget. There's a few things I would really like to do. One would be the big girls' bathroom, but that's a lot of money. The other thing is downstairs, it has a wet bar, so like it has a sink and everything. But it's from '69. It looks like it's original. It has behind it.
The carpeting on the bottom half.
Yeah, it has carpeting on the bottom half, and there's just a wall of mirrors behind it. And so I would like to take that out. Obviously, I want to keep a sink down there. That's amazing. That's super nice. But make it a lot smaller. It just takes up a lot of the downstairs, and so kind of take out that bar area. Maybe have about half of it there. I think we could do that fairly cheap if we could find some cabinets, like lower base cabinets that were on sale. Maybe do like a butcher block countertop. Those aren't that expensive. And be able to redo that and make more of that. I mean, it takes up...
It hogs a lot of space.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, but it literally takes up probably a good 8 feet. Like, it's pretty wide. So if we can take out some of that, that would be nice. And that's more, that's just going to be more destruction than putting things in, really.
Terry says, do you have a rehab type store? There actually are multiple, and so we're going to be poking around there too.
Yeah, they've got a...
They have a Hoods, but they don't call it Hoods anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a... Is Habitat for Humanity, is that...
And they have the Scratch and Dent store too.
Yeah, they are a couple of scratch and dent stores. Anyway, yeah, there's some more options. If not in our town, then definitely another town that's about 30-ish minutes away, they would have some
What-
options too.
What are each of the kids' favorite parts of the new house? Micah's is definitely having her own room. She is in love with that room. She designed it from the ground up and
Basically.
did a lot of work putting it together, except Sam here, who put together an 8,000 piece vanity for her that came in the mail. I think a lot of the kids really like the backyard. It has a basketball pad, like concrete pad and hoop out there, and they are out there all the time riding their bikes and drawing wood chalk.
They love it.
So.
Let's see. How has the removal of the room in the pantry worked out?
Oh, I was talking about, I want to take that storage box out of the,
Oh, down there.
there. We haven't decided yet. He kind of wants to keep it.
I know it's. I think it would be nice to store clothes in because it's that room. It is awkward. It's in a weird spot, but it's cedar lined.
I don't think it's cedar. It doesn't
You don't
smell
think so?
though.
I don't know.
I think it's
We
just
could
somebody
double
was
check.
like, let's put a box here for our hunting stuff.
Yeah.
So,
If it is cedar lined though, and you keep the clothes like as you cycle through
Yeah.
their winter and summer clothes, that's a nice place to keep it where you know it's gonna be.
I just wish it wasn't
Safe
in the
from bugs.
middle.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
I don't, if you like press it up
basically
against the wall.
Yeah, it's kind of funky.
I'll get you a lava lamp and some Herb Alpert albums.
Yeah,
downstairs.
that's pretty much what it needs. It's
Bring you back to your youth, Grandpa Dan. Come visit our basement. So,
yeah.
Debbie is here from Oklahoma. Did you decide to enlarge the canning pantry? Right now, I'm just setting it up with the shelves that are there, which is still plenty of storage, because we
It's
haven't decided.
Gotta be at least twice as
It's
much.
still twice as
maybe
much as
3
what I
times
had
as
as
much
before,
storage,
so,
yeah, as you had before.
But I would like to, not even just for canning stuff, but like we've never been able to like stock up on other things that you use, like
Just
extra toilet paper, or
random things like
Yeah,
that.
especially-
Cleaning supplies.
yeah. As the
just-
girls get older, like having extra shampoo and stuff in the house in like a convenient location where they can just grab, like a little grocery store downstairs, just grab what they need. Like we've never had space for stuff like that. Being able to
Yeah,
use the basement for that.
yeah, it would be awesome.
What is the folder that keeps showing up in my sentence? Oh, it means you're the number, I think it represents that you're like the number 3 commenter, like the number of times you've commented. I think is what that means, because J and B has a number 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think that's what it means. I'm not sure how to make them go away.
Yeah.
Habitat for Humanity is a rehab store, okay?
Yep.
Are you with your pre-move church family? Yep, we've been with the same church since we graduated, and you got a job there. So even though you don't work for them anymore, still go there. People keep asking, are we moving churches? Because we've moved, to the city, but we're actually closer than we were before, and it's an
We had
easier
to drive
drive.
so far to go to church.
But we were, that's
Yeah.
where the land that we could afford was, so we did it. But we're actually closer, so we plan on staying. We enjoy our church family. So,
Yeah.
how's the cast iron storage wall coming? Well, Sam had a stroke of brilliance. I don't want to give it away
Well, I don't know about a stroke of brilliance.
because it's
but-
going to be in a video either as a great success or as a fail.
Oh, great.
So stay tuned because
Oh, great. No pressure.
because it's coming. We still are not. I think it's a good idea, but I'm not 100% convinced. But he really thinks it's going to work. So
Don't judge
stay
me, people.
tuned.
She's
Probably the
letting
next week it'll be up.
cat out of the bag.
He
a
had to
little bit.
order something for it, and it's coming in the mail when, like later, Monday or Tuesday.
I don't know. I
probably.
thought it was gonna be a while, but then it said it had already shipped.
Okay,
So
so
we'll see.
Veronica's here. Welcome. How are the kids adjusting to different bedrooms? They love it. They love that they don't have to like. I don't know. They just have more space for their things. People aren't in all their stuff. So
And obviously we're still having to keep on top of them to clean their rooms, but I don't feel like even that is a big fight because now the rooms are spaced out so much. Like there's only just a couple kids in the room. They can't be like it's all her stuff because like it's it's all over your bed.
Yeah,
so
so
it's your mess now. That excuse is gone, and so I feel like even that, just keeping things tidy, we don't have as many complaints.
you can get store ideas from other YouTube channels. And storage solutions. Oh yeah, definitely. I missed the early part. Do you have your compost bin going yet? Not yet, because I haven't decided where I want to put it. That's kind of where I'm not sure. Because I don't want to have to walk.
Yeah.
That sounds lazy
You don't
to
wanna-
the back to dump. But I also don't want it real close to the house.
Yeah, how close, how far away do you put it? You want to put it to where it's convenient, but not like in the way of things you do.
Have we used DoorDash? Yes. Of course. That was the first night we were here. All the little voices were like, "Mommy,
I wasn't
can we?"
even here.
He wasn't
for that.
here. He was gone. They were like, "Can we DoorDash?" So I DoorDashed. It's a chain restaurant called Slim Chickens. I don't know if some of you will know what that is, but it's kind of like a Kentucky Fried Chicken soul food. So we DoorDashed Slim Chickens the first night, and they thought it was the most amazing thing. And it actually wasn't that expensive because the first time you sign up for DoorDash, you get your dash for free other than tipping your driver. So it literally was just the meal plus a tip. So it actually wasn't that expensive. But they thought, like, we ordered and literally 15 minutes later, somebody brought it to our front door. And they were like, "What? Where have we been living?"
It's so funny because, like, if ever we did order things, because, like, we had, in the old house, we had places where we could go to get Chinese food or things like that for special occasions. But, you know, it's 35 minutes away. So even here, like, I don't even think we need to DoorDash almost
No,
because
just
we
go
have
grab
stores
it.
that are 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away for things like that when you want to have a special meal.
Or even the other day, like, we have Walmart Plus because it has the free delivery. I've had it for a while. And, like, they'll bring it to your house for no extra charge with Walmart Plus right now. And so, like, I ordered groceries, and the kids were like, "You mean they just bring them to your house?" Didn't have to buckle everybody in the car and, you know, drive them down to Walmart.
J&B says, "What? You even have the same church? You definitely found the best
Yeah, we
place."
did.
Yeah, it's in a good spot.
It was several years coming, but it was worth the wait.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see.
They always say take your time on deciding where to... Oh, we skipped one. You're right.
How many bathrooms did you used to have? Just one in the farmhouse? Yes,
One bathroom.
One toilet. We had one toilet. We now have 4 toilets. It's 3.5 baths, so 3 bathrooms. 2 have stand-up showers. There's 1 tub, and then the off of the kitchen and the kind of sunroom, there's just a little powder room.
Right.
But I caught somebody the other day, last week, going to what we call the little guy's bathroom, and was like knocking, like, "Hey, I really need to use the bathroom." And I was like, "There's one right around the corner from me now." And they just smiled at me and ran off. I'm like, you literally don't even need to knock on the door. Just go to the 2 doors down now. So that's been so nice.
Well, one of his big pet peeves was he would get home after working, you know, a 12-hour shift and want to take a shower. And it's like 8 o'clock at night, and you're like, does anybody have to use the bathroom? And inevitably, the second he would shut the door to get in the shower, 4 little people come running downstairs, even though they're supposed to be in bed. "I gotta go still bad right now." And now he has his own shower.
It's one of those things, like when you're a nurse, this doesn't happen to me every day, but if someone's had some incontinence issues and you have to help clean them up, like it doesn't matter how many times I wash my hands, how much hand sanitizer I use, you don't truly feel clean until you've been able to get off those clothes and get a shower. It's just, that's the way I feel. And so on some of those days when you get home, you're like, I just need a shower. As soon as you close that door, bang, 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 bang. So
Not
anyway,
anymore.
Not anymore.
And we actually have a shower with real water pressure too, which has been nice. The other shower just kind of dribbled on you.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, J&B says they always say take your time on deciding where to place things. Yeah, we'll figure out where to put that compost pile.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Where we had the compost pile at the farmhouse, it was hard to keep the compost pile mowed around, if that makes sense, because it was so close to the woods and all the vines would grow over it. And so by midsummer, it was hard to get your compost in the compost pile.
We needed to have a better system for that.
Yeah, want to make sure we do it right.
Let's see. Around Town Senior says, if some people wanted to get you a housewarming gift, what could you use? Asking for a friend. You know what? Honestly, would be we have in this town we have a Lowe's and a Menards, and it would help just for doing some of these small things like Laura mentioned, like the outlets or trying to replace some of these light fixtures. Like everything works, and like these light fixtures look great, but you know that they're most likely original to the house, or
Right.
at least
Some of
30
these are
years
pretty
old.
old.
And so being able to replace some of those things, you can just kind of, if you're not careful though, you'll $20 and $30 yourself to death.
Yep.
But something like that would be helpful.
Love Slims. We do
Yes.
some chickens. If you've never tried Slim Chickens, they're fried pickles. Very good. So happy for you. Thank you, Veronica. I can remember when the pizza place in town first offered delivery to our area. It was a blast from the past for us.
Yeah. Great to have a shower and a tub. I find a long soak in the winter is medicinal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be nice. How do you like having the dishwasher?
Love it. Love it. It's great.
Been no complaints about doing the dishes so far.
How are you dealing with all the urban crime and civil unrest?
Urban crime. It's I was a little worried about like how busy our street would be. As I said earlier, we've got an apartment complex kind of down the street and across from us. Like it's pretty close.
It's like down a hill.
And kind of down a hill, yeah. And I will say our street and then the main road that we're off of is pretty busy, but it's really kind of fun to see in a way because someone is always walking their dog or exercising, or you see families out riding bikes. It's a very
Hey, Ivy, come here.
it's a very like family oriented neighborhood, and so it doesn't matter if I'm leaving for work at 6 a.m.
Can you sit
in the
at
middle
counter
of the
with
day
pizza?
or at the end of the day, like someone's
Pizza.
down our road always walking a dog, or like I said, kids riding bikes, things like that. So it's kind of
Oh, we didn't tell them about the kids' favorite part. The house is walking distance to the municipal water park, which is huge, like big twisty slides and pools. They were so disappointed that we moved in basically Labor Day weekend, which is when it closes. So now they gotta wait 9 months.
Yeah, they gotta wait a whole
But
year.
it's literally around the corner. They're so excited. We didn't get to do fun stuff like that before.
Yeah,
It's just too
no,
far away.
the neighborhood. We weren't sure when we moved in necessarily. We didn't do a lot of research on the neighborhood as far as like, I don't know. I mean, obviously you want to make sure that it's safe, but I don't know. It's been kind of cool to see. Will you get mail to your house, or will you have a new P.O. box? We were talking about
this.
Not
So
sure.
do not send anything to. Well, you could send something to the old PO box. It would get forwarded, but it's been closed, so probably wouldn't take that chance. We were talking about whether or not to open a new PO box. We really appreciate everything everybody sent us over the years, which is so sweet of everybody. But we don't feel like we want people to feel like they need to send us things.
Mhm.
So whether or not we wanted to open a new PO box, we
I
haven't
think
really
we could,
decided.
but-
We probably will, and when we do, we'll make sure that it's in the. We'll let you know. But right now, there hasn't been one open. We've just been worried about moving.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get to some of those things. Danielle says, one time I had NG contents go on my scrub pocket. Glad the hospital washed those for me. Oh, gross. Oh, man. Some of those, so I worked labor and delivery for a little while, and yeah, some of those bodily fluids.
They just get everywhere.
They get
And all the
everywhere.
nooks and crannies.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The joys of being a nurse. Veronica says, I guess not to the house, don't we? Oh, well.
But it's a good question. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll let you guys know once we get it. I don't even know that I know. No, I know where the post office is here.
Good.
Never mind.
Terry says, how close are you to Annie's doctors, PT type appointments, and the rest? We talked Annie's, when she goes to school a few times a week.
So she gets therapy at the schools, right?
That's like a mile away. It's
Really
literally,
close.
we could almost walk there. It's probably a 2 or 3 minute drive. So
Her
it's super nice.
Outpatient center is, depending on traffic, 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more if you get stuck at every stoplight on the way. It's in the same city, just on the other side, kind of on the, well, not even on the other side, just down a few intersections. Her doctors at Children's Hospital are now farther away, so that was a trade-off we made but I don't want to change her team. She's had the same team of doctors since she was a baby, and I feel like when you find people that know you that well, you keep them. And the majority of stuff, like she goes in once a year, and we try to smush them together as much as we can. So that doesn't bother me. So those days are just going to be longer, but now that she's gotten older, she has more appointments that are virtual because they don't necessarily have to see her in person, and it's just more like check-ins. So
Yeah, but we have a couple of big hospitals like 5-10 minutes away.
yeah, and we could transfer her care to one of the hospitals, to the other children's hospital that's closer, but I feel like I really like her doctors. I don't want to take a risk that we transfer and get somebody we don't like. So, and her, like our PCP now, like our primary care, if somebody's sick, is like 5 minutes away. So no more driving kids. Right before we moved, they all got strep throat, but they didn't get like the sore throat, strep throat. They got the throw up everywhere, strep throat, and had to drive them in for a strep test from the farm to the PCP, which was an hour, and just thrown up in the car, and never want to do that again. Now it's 5 minutes away, so.
Terry says, I can comment, but Sam's face is frozen mid-word. I don't know. It looks like it's still going. I don't know.
Let me check here. We might have to let you go. Yeah, it's going here. We're almost out of phone battery, actually. It's kind of drained it down. So, but to end it before we die here, there will be...
For the phone dies.
For the phone dies.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you're curious, we're going to do a little mini house tour on the vlog on Wednesday, so you can catch it there. I worked as a CNA while going to college. Tube feeding was always a problem for me with projectile vomiting. And yeah, so still going. It might be your internet, your rural internet, Terry. But we appreciate everybody stopping by. We only got like 5% left on the phone, so I think we're gonna have to close it up. But we will see you all at a regular vlog on Wednesdays. Appreciate you all coming and hanging out for a little bit on this Sunday evening.
Yep. You guys have a good rest of your weekend.
Awesome.
We'll talk to you later. Thanks for showing up. We appreciate it.
Bye.
See ya.